Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Go Sew Beautiful. My name's Becky and this is a Friday Sews. Friday Sews was started by Jen from Today in Jen's Sewing Room for anyone with a YouTube channel to create a video and share what they've been making and talk a little bit about life. So I have not been on YouTube for about 3 months. We moved to a new house and that just took up a ton of time. So I took time it took us a while to get our house unpacked and moved and set up my sewing room. But I did finally get it done and I have been sewing. I haven't quit sewing, but the kids have gone back to school and I decided it's time for me to go back to YouTube. So I'm just going to show you what I've made and what I'm planning to make. And then I have a special guest that I want to introduce you to at the end. Okay, from the beginning, I had my sewing room set up probably not too long after we moved because I just couldn't stand not sewing. And I needed some shorts for the summer. So the first thing I made was Simplicity 8841. And this is actually a pants pattern with a cropped view. And I just cut them off short to make them into shorts. And I had this leftover linen. This was left over from a pair of pants I made for a friend, I think. And they're really comfortable. I'm going to try and put a picture in, but I don't think I'll have to do that after the fact. So they've just got these front pockets here and elastic waist. And I believe I made a size 20, or maybe my size has been ranging anywhere from 18 to 22. I think I made an 18 and graded out to a 20 at the hips. But this is a good pattern. It's pretty easy, and I think, if you want to make straight leg pants or crop pants, this is a good pattern to have. So that was the first thing. Okay, so the next thing I made was another pair of shorts by Sinclair Patterns called the Cleo Flared Knit Shorts. And they have pockets. And I really like this pattern. I first saw it a few years ago when Kim from Dorothy's Daughter shared it on her channel. And I thought, I'm going to give that a try. So I made a muslin with this awful purple ponte, but these are so comfortable. I wear them all the time, and as you can see, the ponte is really cheap because it peeled up really bad, but they're nice for wearing around the house. They have a yoga waistband and they are flared, and I lined the waistband with this leopard print. Anyway, at first I thought the waistband was going to be too big, so I had put these buttonholes in it and put a drawstring through it, and then I found that I didn't need it. So I took that out, and it just has thin elastic up at the top. But this was a pretty easy sew, so I said, okay, well, I'm going to make another pair that doesn't look so awful, and I decided, looked in my stash, and I found this black, I think it's a spandex knit, but it doesn't have a whole lot of recovery. But it is, again, super comfortable, and I like wearing it. I just took it out of the dryer, so it's a little damp. And on this one, I kind of messed up the waistband. It's supposed to be, you're supposed to sew the elastic in, and then enclose it in the top seam, and you stretch the elastic, of course, as you go. And when I did that, for some reason, it stretched out the fabric and it was all wonky and wobbly. So I took it out, and rather than take the whole thing apart, I just serged the top edge and created a little casing with a zigzag, and then inserted the elastic through there. And these are pretty comfortable, but again, I'd like something a little bit more, little sturdier. You definitely need a flowy kind of fabric. Oh, I didn't show you the pattern. This is the pattern from Sinclair, and what I like about Sinclair patterns is they have different heights. They have petite and regular and then tall. And the petite size fits me perfectly. I didn't have to adjust. Usually I have to take some out of the crotch length, and with this pattern I don't have to take any extra out of the crotch length. So I did go to Joann's today, and I also, excuse me, have been looking online, and they had some performance knit fabric that looked like it would be very nice for these kind of shorts. But it was $24.99 a yard, and I really didn't want to pay that much. So I may end up paying for it if I look online, but I'm going to check the Fabric Fairy. I actually got some samples from there, and I think they'll have a little bit more reasonable price. But I did find this, it's kind of like a peak knit, Pique, or it actually looks like what you make gym shorts out of. It's kind of textured with a bullet print or a bullet texture, but it's 4-way stretch. It's a little on the thin side, but I'm going to give it a try, and then I'll probably order some more fabric from Fabric Fairy. So that was the Sinclair Cleo flared shorts. Very nice pattern. It has a longer version as well, and I made the shorter version, and it gives me plenty of coverage. If I wear shorts that are too long, it makes me look shorter because I'm only 5'3". Now, this next thing I made has been a long time coming. I actually had thought about making it for Easter, and I didn't get it finished. I made a muslin, but I did get it cut out, and that is the Maya Sotis dress from Deer & Doe Patterns. Now, Deer & Doe Patterns has merged with Closet Core, and they still offer this pattern, but I bought it when it was still Deer & Doe Patterns. Lovely dress pattern. I made it in this cotton poplin, which I had gotten from Minerva. And I actually, when I cut it out, I didn't have enough. So I had to scour and look online. I finally found some in an Etsy shop. I did not add the ruffle to the sleeve because I was tired of gathering things. You have to gather this around full skirt around the waist, and then this ruffle at the bottom. And I'll put a picture of me. I got a lot of compliments on this. It fits really well, and I enjoy wearing it. But I do think it probably would be better in a little bit lighter fabric, like maybe a challis or viscose or something. But that's my Maya Sotis dress. I believe I made a 16 at the top, at the bodice, and graded out to an 18. And let me see what size this comes in. I believe it's pretty size inclusive. It goes from a 34 up to 52. And I made, according to my measurements, a size 48. I said 16, but those are the English version, I believe. Anyway, great pattern. I'm the last one to the party, I think, because everybody and their brother has made the Maya Sotis dress. Another thing that I made just kind of on a whim was this Butterick. It's what is the, got the rack number, 6900. This is a caftan pattern. And because it's been so blasted hot here in Georgia, I decided I needed a caftan. I wanted something that I could stand in front of the fan and let the air blow through. And I said, I'm going to make a caftan. And I made view C, which is the longer length. And having just moved, I decided I needed to use something from my stash. And so I bought this green Swiss dot, I think, I don't know what you call it. And it is rayon, I believe. It moved like crazy when I tried to cut it out. And I had a lot of it, but I didn't really have enough to make the full length. But on me, because I'm so short, it comes down below my knees. And you can see in the picture when I'll put some pictures up of me wearing it. It has this little tie front, which this is a true caftan because the sleeves go out to here. And you just stitch this right here to create the underarm. And then in the back, there's elastic. And I had found this other fabric. I think I got this at the random remnant store in Stone Mountain. I forget what it's called. Fabric World. And I thought, well, that'll look cute with that green. So I got it made. And like I said, cutting it out was a bear because it moved all over the place. So my hem is probably very uneven. I didn't let it hang like you're supposed to with rayon, but I just wanted to finish it. So I may have to even it up eventually. But this is very lightweight and breezy, and I haven't actually worn it yet because I really need to wear something underneath it. And I would like to make a little slip dress or something to go under it. So that was Butterick 6900. Here's the line drawings. And it has a view for like a swimsuit cover up if you want to make it short. And it also has a view for a top with a pointed, like a handkerchief hem. So that was another thing I made. All right, last but not least, I refashioned this top. I had made this last year and it was just a boxy tee. And I tried putting darts in the front and in the back, and it still just felt really big and kind of stuck out. So I decided to make it into a button-up shirt. And that took up some of the boxiness, but I wanted a pattern to use. So I did use Simplicity S8907, and it's actually a jumpsuit, but because of the way the collar is, the neckline is very similar to the way my shirt was cut. I went ahead and used that, and just the front center to basically make a facing and put the buttonholes where they belong. And I think it came out really cute. I enjoy this Madras patchwork fabric. This one I actually have more of this, and I did think about making this into a jumpsuit, but I thought it would be a little bit too much. And so I just kept the shirt. I may at some point make some shorts, but I don't know. I just really didn't feel like doing that, all of that, having all one piece or even a coordinate set of this plaid patchwork fabric. So I mentioned this shirt here. I also made this last year. I think this is the Seamwork tank top. I forget what it's called. I'll put it in the description box, but this is just a tank top. It does have darts on the sides and vents, and I just love this color, and I've got it on with a pair of ready-to-wear chambray shorts. This is nice and cool for summer, and my bra straps don't show, so I really like wearing this. And I've got a sweater on right now because our house is pretty cool. I mentioned earlier that I bought that black fabric at Joann. I had not been to Joann or any fabric store all summer long. I was so embarrassed about, not embarrassed, just couldn't believe when we moved how much fabric and sewing stuff I had. Now, I'm trying to recycle a lot of it. I'm trying to donate a lot of it, but I still felt like I just have too much. So I didn't go shopping at Joann all summer, and I didn't think with some of the ads I was seeing, I thought maybe Joann's, wouldn't have anything. The last time I went there, their stock was really low. Well, I went there today, and boy, have they restocked. They had plenty of things to choose from. The prices were about the same, but they did have some stuff on sale. And I picked up that black 4-way stretch knit to make the Cleo shorts. And I also got this viscose linen. Now, this is just a real kind of neutral color, but again, it's really lightweight. And I think I might make some nice elastic waisted pants to finish out the summer. I believe this is washable, but I'm not sure about drying. So it's 54 inches wide, but it's just a plain kind of neutral color. I was looking at the rest of the linen, and they had some unbleached linen, which I think it was like 40% linen and 60% cotton, or vice versa. Anyway, it said it was unbleached. It was only $6 a yard. And I was tempted to get it, but I was afraid something would be wrong with it. Or I didn't know what I've never heard of unbleached linen. I've heard of unbleached muslin, but I wanted to do some research before I spent the money. But $6 a yard is pretty good for linen. Lastly, I said I wanted to introduce somebody to you. We, as you know, back in last year, our dog Bunny passed away sadly, and we were pretty devastated. We had her since she was a puppy, and there's just no way. We didn't think there was any way that any dog could replace her. So we had gone about 6 months or so, no, 8 months. And since we moved, my son has moved out, so we're empty nesters. And I had seen all these ads on Facebook saying the shelters are full. July was, they waived all the adoption fees for dogs. And I thought, well, this time, I said, it broke my heart. So I said, okay, we're going to go get a dog. And my husband and I drove to the animal shelter and found this adorable 3-year-old German Shepherd mix, and we named her Daisy. Here's some pictures of her. She's the sweetest dog. We love her so much. She does have heartworm disease right now, and she's being treated for that, but we have to keep her quiet. And that's been really hard because she loves to play. She's pretty obedient in the house, but when you get her outside, she wants to run. So that's been challenging, but she's about halfway through her treatment, and then we'll be able to walk and play and do whatever we want. So Daisy is the newest member, a new member of our household, a new member of our family, and we love her. And hopefully you'll see more of her in my videos coming up. That's all I have to share today. I really appreciate you tuning in, and I hope to come back each week with a new video and share things that I'm making and hear from you about what you're making. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing. And hit that notification bell so you can see when I upload new videos. Thanks again. Happy sewing. Go sew beautiful. Bye-bye.